Hi, I'm Andy Burrows. I'm here for PCT TV with Willie Muehlhausen, who's the Head of Innovation at ICON. Thank you very much for joining me today.
You're welcome.
So first up, what does transforming trials mean to ICON as an organisation?
What we do as a CRO, we look at the industry all the time and try to find out how can we make the whole process of clinical trials more efficient. So as part of the transformation initiatives that we have within ICON, we'll just again look at every aspect of a clinical trial and try to improve whatever can be improved to make it again more efficient and better.
Great. And obviously there's a lot of challenges that still need to be overcome in the industry. If there was one that you think we could shift, and the way we do trials today, and kind of really help them improve, what would that one be?
I think the number one challenge for everyone in the industry is patient recruitment. So I would say that that's something we need to focus on, and we do focus on that.
And obviously predictability, big issue for patient recruitment. How do you think we could increase the predictability and get better access to patients?
So the predictability is one of the key issues. So as we all know, we don't have enough patients. Not enough patients know about clinical trials, not enough patients enroll in clinical trials. Sites quite often don't recruit enough patients. A certain amount of sites, I think about 11%, don't recruit a single patient into a clinical trial. And at the same time, we spend billions of dollars on patient recruitment initiatives within the clinical trial industry. So if we can tackle that and make it basically easier for patients to be in clinical trials, I think that would be a key improvement. I also think that sites need to get more support and we need to find out how to support them. Now, we all talk about burden on a regular basis, site burden, patient burden, and we in ICON have started a research program to actually find out what does that really mean. So what constitutes burden for patients, for example, and what constitutes burden for sites, and what can we do to either mitigate that or remove it? That would be even the better option. So this is something that we look into, and I think it's important that we fix that.
What do you think the biggest barriers are at the moment to patient recruitment?
I think one is awareness. So there's numbers are in the industry like only 1 or 2%, depends on whether Europe or US, of patients know about trials, for example, about participating in clinical trials, so that's an option. There's other initiatives out there to raise that awareness. I think that's one of the key things. The other thing is what we want to do is, again, make it easier for patients. So we're trying to help patients to join a clinical trial. Technology can help with that. e-consent is one example where we can tell patients in a more comprehensive way, but also in an easier way to comprehend what it is that they're signing up for. We can help sites to find the right patients. So we would, for example, do pre-screening based on the patient records that they have, help them to find the right patients. On that same topic, I think what we will see as well is that, for example, protocols are gotten more and more complex, and there's a lot of numbers out there in the industry, but one thing is that the complexity has gone up by, I think in the last 10 years, from 110 procedures per protocol to like 160 or 170 procedures. So the complexity has gone up, which is more difficult for the site to be compliant with the protocol. It's more difficult with the inclusion-exclusion criteria to find the right patients. So we have solutions, and we think we need to develop solutions to make that easier for the sites to enroll the right patients at the right time for the right study. The other challenge that we see is that patients quite often drop out of a study. I think it's around 30% on average of patients don't finish a clinical trial. And depending on the clinical trial, that is obviously a problem, and patients need to be replaced. And we need to do more to find out what it is that makes them drop out.
Yeah. Okay, and in the short term, do you think there's anything sponsors can be doing to improve patient recruitment today?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things. One of the key things I think, as I mentioned before, is the awareness thing. So they need to make some more noise around clinical trials and what the benefit is for patients to be in a clinical trial. And then we just need to, as I said, find out what it is that makes patients enroll or drop out. And there's a couple of research programs in there. And once we have that, in place and have more knowledge around that one, then we can deploy certain things and change the processes again. And again, it's about sites as well. Make it easier for the sites. So we mentioned e-consent before, but I think we should have solutions that make it easier for them to manage a clinical trial. And that could be a host of different things. For example, the administrative burden, we should take that out of them. Payments should be done in time. There's a lot of things, and then we're coming back to the initial question about what is transforming a clinical trial for ICON. It's looking at every single aspect in that area.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for your time today.
You're welcome.